Fernando, you said that since Michael stopped racing, there was a lack of motivation on your part. What does that mean? So you really look at, are you a completely different driver now? He's coming back again?
Maybe not like this, but for sure racing with Michael was very intense in 2005, 2006 with very nice fights. And then when he left, for sure it was not the same to beat any other driver, because when you beat a legend in Formula One is something very special, very motivated. So now that he come back, I think not only for me, for the 24 or 26 drivers on the grid, beat Michael is something more special.
But in his last 2 years, 2005, 2006, you beat him. So how much an advantage is that, do you think, for him coming back?
Well, not much. I think it was different years, different cars. I think we depend a lot from our car and the competitiveness of the team. But I think will be great fight, because Mercedes Grand Prix can be a very top level team. Ferrari will be top level team. Also McLaren with the two world champions there, Jenson and Luis. Red Bull. There are many contenders this year that can become a fantastic championship.
You talked there about having nice fights with Michael. Not everybody remembers nice fights. It can get quite dirty, quite controversial. Are you expecting him to be just as fast and as controversial as ever?
I think so. I think you never lose that competitive person that Michael have inside, and the adrenaline that the racing gives you, for sure, was one of the motivations for Michael to come back, because when you are at home it's not the same. And again, if he decided to come back, is because he feels that he can be at the same level, at the top level, and this is good for our sport.
You talked about being a legend, but it took him almost 5 years to win a world championship with Ferrari. How disappointed would you be if it took you that long?
Well, a little bit, but we know that it's going to be difficult championship for us, and it's going to be never easy. I think now with the street of regulations that we have now, with very limited parts for develop, all the cars looks very similar, also from the outside. So we are talking about 2 or 3 tenths difference between one good car and one car out of the Q3. So it will be difficult to win championships in a row as before, because the cars are so close now.
What about winning in 2010 then? Because last year everyone said, you talked to Kimi Räikkönen, Felipe Massa, Stefano Domenicali said the same, that car last year for Ferrari was not good enough, basically. It was a difficult car. How confident are you that they will come up with a good one? I'm
confident. I think this team is able to produce fast cars. We know that from history. So let's think that 2009 was something strange with all the change of regulations, and this 2010 everything will be back on place and Ferrari will be competitive. I hope so.
What about building a relationship with a teammate? I wonder what you learnt, say, when you left Renault and went to McLaren. What have you learned about going to a team where your teammate is someone who's well known already, established within a team? How do you go about building a relationship?
No, it's good. I think I learned a lot in McLaren, and now in Ferrari I know Felipe has been here for a long time, and this is also good for me, because if we both were new, for sure it was more difficult for us to integrate in the team. Now that Felipe is here and he knows everybody, I can follow him in some directions and try to be as comfortable in the team as possible in the short period of time.
You said you're both competitive people, so is it going to be sparky? Is it going to be difficult for Stefano Domenicali to make sure that he manages you correctly?
No,
you
don't
fall
think
out?
So. I think so. I don't think so, because in Ferrari it's very clear, and the historic of Ferrari is more than any driver in the car. It's more the brand than the driver. So this is very clear here, and it's good. And in all the top teams this year in 2010, there are very strong pair of drivers. So it will be the same sparking, the same competition in all of them. So if they try to speak more about us because we are Latins or because whatever, it makes no sense.
But I think back, say, to Singapore 2008, which Felipe and other Brazilians will say, you cost me a world championship, or Renault cost me a world championship. That sort of resentment isn't there. You think you can calm that out?
I think so. I don't know. It's not really my problem.
One other thought. Are your best years ahead of you in Formula One?
I hope so. I think the 2005 and 6 will be something unforgettable, but for sure the next years are a big challenge for me. try to win with Ferrari a World Championship and become third time is something really big for me and quite a clear target for my future, near future. So hopefully I can do it.